close to 100 million chips ordered for going to phones. That's for 2011. So after many years of saying, well, next year NFC is coming, I think we can tell you that 2011 is really year zero for NFC. And 2012 is going to really see NFC embedded on all major operating systems.
So there's three modalities to NFC. You've got card emulation mode, you've got reader mode, you've got P2P mode. If you listen to what's going on in the media at the moment, it's just obsessed with this like card emulation mode. It's all about kind of payments and turning your phone into a credit card, and that's all it's going to be about. Very much underlooked at this point is the reader mode, where you have the ability to basically have your physical world tagged around you. You can grab information. Very compelling business model. And P2P mode, where you've got this ability to, again, tether your NFC device to other NFC devices. So there's a whole load of business models that are going very much underutilized.
I mean, but most of the people say it's NFC. It's here. We can say it's here, and we can thank Jeff Miles and his team for making it happen. And Damien as well has been pushing the technology for a while as well. NFC is more than payment.
The way we see NFC is that it's beyond payment. One of the first things we have launched with NFC is a game, Angry Birds. And if you find another phone, you're going to unlock levels. This is the kind of idea, crazy ideas that we now can do with with NFC. There's going to be tons of other ones.
Healthcare. I think healthcare is a fascinating area for NFC. It really, I mean, there is so much potential. And a Pharmafabula, again, this is an application where the patient taps the NFC handset, and this is basically, I think this is just genius, really. You've got a way of providing audio information about medication here to people who are blind, so they don't have to, you don't have to deal with kind of very comprehensive braille records on medications. What you have is a way of them accessing that very information just from tapping their phone and getting an audio file back. We do tend to assume that NFC is something that's recognized and people will automatically, we put this in the market and the consumer will start just tapping their phone against things. This is the NFC Forum N mark, which I think is very laudable that they're kind of pushing this logo out, and it's becoming, I mean, it should be something you look for, a kite mark as relevant as kind of the Wi-Fi logo or the Bluetooth B logo. I think this is very important. But we're already getting this kind of, it's already being a bit fudged, the landscape. You've got, the City Z logo, which is the one that's being used in France. That's the Google tag that's appearing in shop windows. ISIS, I'm not sure what they're going to do, but, there's a lot of, it's beyond it being a technology standard. There could be some things go badly wrong in terms of, separate standards hitting the market. There's still room for Apple bringing out their own tweak on NFC. But fundamentally, I think this is a really big issue that needs to be addressed, which is that from a consumer perspective, you don't know that these are all in fact NFC. There's an assumption that people will kind of get it. And that's really the worst case scenario.
It's expected that 3/4 of the planet will use the mobile phone to manage finances. This is not downloading ringtones or paying for apps. This is actually managing the hard-earned money, right? So keep that in the back of your mind.
People forget about the input. People forget about moving from character-based on the keyboard to the point and click of the mouse. This is a similar thing that's happening now, only with the mobile device that happens to be with you 24/7. And that's a really compelling piece.
And I'm not here to talk about payment or transport. I'm here to talk about something, what I would say is more exciting and what we think a lot more likely to be influential in the launch of NFC, seeing as payment and transport is quite chaotic at the moment. I'm here to talk about collecting people, places, and things with a touch. We're about users. Consumer really honestly doesn't care, with my experience, and he doesn't care about having payment in his phone.
My take would be, I can understand, in fact, I am absolutely of the belief that what's going to be most exciting here is once this technology is in place and you allow the developer community to go and just play with it, that's where we're going to get the real innovation. But prior to that, there has to be a solid business case for investment to get these phones to market. It's going to be mass transit and payments, because that's basically, you know, again, unfortunately, you know, that's the way things are going. It's the most simple analogy to make a business case for. So, you know, much as, you know, the developers will have a field day once this is in the market, but, you know, you can't do that until you've got the base. And that's really where, you know, I think that there's an obstacle to getting to your vision. And ultimately, I think this is the opportunity. I mean, if we kind of, you know, work collectively to raise the bar, it is a tide that raises all ships. I mean, I think that the more usage the consumer has of NFC devices, the more familiar they'll get, and there will be this understanding that this is a totally new way of interacting with the world around you. And that's really what we want to aim for. I think, you know, let's basically raise the bar on everything.